I really wanna know what makes you feel beautiful, what makes you walk around when no one is around.
I'm here with Mahina Martin, the Public Affairs Director. Mahina, can you share how you obtained your job and what your responsibilities are to the public of Maui?
Sure. With the public affairs arena, we're really concerned about what things are important for the public and our community. How do we bridge the government work that we do, the policy making and all the operations day to day to the benefit of our community on Molokai, Maui, and Lanai as well. I got into this appointed position when Mayor Bisson took office last year following the previous year's election.
At this time, I would like to introduce on behalf of Mayor Richard Bisson, we have a wonderful woman that is here today who fittingly is a woman who has done a lot on her own. Mahina Martin, if I can have you stand up here. As a champion for the community of Maui, she has received awards for community service from Hawaiian Electric, the Rotary Club of Hawaii, Sierra Club, and the County of Maui Employee of the Year in 2008. In 2018, she was a team member with Hawaiian Electric and became a national finalist in the Smart Electric Power Alliance Visionary of the Year in Community Engagement Award for their work on Molokai, where the majority of the residents are of Native Hawaiian descent. Her experience includes works with rural, minority, and Native Hawaiian communities to build success, beginning with inclusion. Ladies and gentlemen, Mahina Martin.
Aloha. I didn't know they were going to do that, so it's a little concerning. Where they got the bio from? and for those of you who, we are a small town, and there's just been so much we've done together in different ways and different opportunities and different moments of our life. And all of them good, all of them different, and all of them grounded in aloha. We have never, I have never experienced in my 30 to 40 years of community work an opportunity, even in the most contentious issues, that we could not find the agreement that we want aloha somewhere in the middle is where we will meet. But it takes work. It definitely takes work. Before I go into more formal, remarks, I do send aloha on behalf of Mayor Bisson. He could not make it here as planned and hoped, and he sends his aloha and mahalo. And in fact, I was trying to get ready to be here, and he called and said, "Make sure you tell them now." I said, "I got it written. I'm your speechwriter. I just tell them that." He's like, "Yeah, I know, but I'm telling you what to write." Okay, fine. And I really wanted to mahalo the organizers. I thought about, what makes you feel beautiful, and I haven't stopped smiling since I walked in. And then I realized, I think it's the room, like, whoa, and I thought, wow. One thing that caught my eye in the video, when it talked about underprivileged opportunities and helping, girls who are within that arena, I couldn't help but think, as a daughter of a single parent, my mom was a baker in a school, and my sister and I grew up, with a single parent. I never thought of myself as underprivileged. I thought that my subsidized meal ticket that we got, because whatever that program was at the time, made us so special that everybody else had to pay. I got it free, and it never dawned on me until I think I was like high school. I seriously thought I was like lucky. Like, what's paying you? You gotta pay. My ticket, And my mom worked at the school in the cafeteria, primarily because the hours matched my school, but I didn't know that, because she's a single parent. I thought she was doing it to keep an eye on me. I was so resentful right through high school until, as you get older, you really do learn, right? So that was a terrific video, and it's totally relatable, completely relatable. But mahalo for the organizers and the terrific work.
As I reflected on tonight's gathering, I really wondered about what story to share. They sent notes. They talk about the history, talk about women, talk about the lives of community leaders from within our community of women. And I wasn't sure which one to pick or the level of influence throughout the decades of our history. There was, of course, Queen Ka'ahumanu, born on Maui in 1768 and the wife of Kamehameha the Great. She understood that in a time of Hawaii's kapu system, where women were forbidden to sit and eat at the same table with the men of that time, that advocating for women's rights and equality meant death. Yet her insightful influence and her opportunity in her rank made her one of Hawaii's most powerful women in the time of Ali'i. Using her role as Puhina Nui, her influence to break the kapu of women eating at the same table or living even in the same home was great enough to transform that existing kapu governing system of the time to give women equality. I thought about Ethel Baldwin, that name, Baldwin on Maui. She moved to Maui from Honolulu and married Harry Baldwin, the son of H.P. Baldwin, who many of us know was the co-owner of Haleakala Ranch. She helped to start what was known then as a Kula Sanatorium, but today is known as a Kula Hospital. She donated money to support a wing there. It was founded to support patients with tuberculosis. She was a philanthropist through her financing of the Kula Hospital. She founded an art society known as Hui Noeau. And in her passing, she donated her home to Hui Noeau, which we all know today as where they operate and function as one of our renowned nonprofits here. She also, as a community leader, became our own Maui president of the Maui Women's Suffrage Association. We did have one. Then there's Isabella Kawakea Yao Young Iona Abbott, and renowned ethnobotanist from Hana, the first Native Hawaiian woman to receive a PhD in science. She became the leading expert on limu, founded on what she learned from her Hawaiian mother in Hana. Her discovery of over 200 species of Pacific algae and her use of native knowledge in academic publications and to author 8 books has made her one of Maui's most extraordinary women of our time. And more recognizable from our history books of Mana Wahine is the story of the first woman and the first woman of color and the first Asian American elected to Congress, Paia-born Patsy Takemoto Mink, who left a profound mark on U.S. politics on civil rights issues and has our deepest gratitude for authoring Title IX. Generations of our women have benefited from her work throughout our country. These women and so many others have paved the way through time and circumstances unique only to them and their era, becoming trailblazers, groundbreakers, and change makers, each with Maui roots. These are Mana Wahine of Maui. With Mana Wahine of Maui today leading the way in music, education, culture, sports, business, art, industry, trades, and government, we are indeed in good hands with a long road still ahead of us as women today in our contemporary times. In government today, representing Maui are 3 women who serve in the State House of Representatives. Representative Tez Amato, Ellie Cochran, and Mahina Poipoi. Mahina is from Molokai, and ironically, we must have the same circle of friends. Every now and then I get texts. It says, Mahina, good vote. No, Mahina. But I say, Mahina, no, don't say that. I'm like, oh my God, what should I not say? And then I realize it's the wrong Mahina, and I have to go, the wrong Mahina. How many Mahinas? It's like the Mary Smith of Hawaii. Just a common name somewhere. And Senator Lindy Coit, of course, from Molokai also, holds one of 3 Senate seats for our county of Maui. The 6 women on our county council represent all of our districts and our people well. Council Chair Alice Lee, Vice Chair Yukile Sugimura,
Council members Tasha Kama, Tamara Paulton, Kiani Rollins Fernandez, and Lohilani Uu Hajens are wonderful examples of Wahine leaders who bring their own unique strength, courage, and perspective to the important work they do. And I do want to aloha and acknowledge that Councilmember Tamara Paulton is here today. In one of our country's most devastating tragedy in 100 years, this council member has stood among an outstanding array of leaders to hold her ground and represent her people in a way unseen. It is rare to experience a devastation of people you know, 101 fatalities of people in your hometown. Be responsible for that kuleana to your people. Walk through the policy required and the politics that you have hurdles over. We were talking about it being a marathon one day, and someone said, oh no, it's not a marathon, it's like a track field, you know, completely pole vault, hurdle, you know, jump and everything, none of that. Then we said, no, we've moved on to the triathlon now. We're just like trying to swim, trying to figure it all out, get the bike out. I have been involved in our community for a very long time, and I have been very close to government. And I will tell you that Lahaina would not have fared better without this council member. So I do want to thank you. And I would be remiss if I did not point out that two of our history's county mayors, Mayor Charmaine Tavares, who I had worked for during her term, and Mayor who then became Governor, Linda Lingo, have blazed their own trails throughout our recent history, themselves as leaders. Mayor Bisson's administration is led by 15 women on his cabinet. He is, however, outnumbered in his own home, which is led by his beloved wife, Ka'ihi, and his 3 adult daughters. He likes to tell us he gets politics, he's been bossed around at home his whole life. He does have 3 grandsons, so with that, he's hoping that the scales will balance a little bit eventually. Tonight, I also want to acknowledge our everyday change makers as well. You know, those women whose leadership skills in their own homes and unyielding dedication to their families help raise our resilient next generation. They juggle with ninja-like skills the strains of home life, the demands and the realities of today, and contemporary times that are unmatched and unimaginable. Tonight, we'll be recognizing someone special, whose own story and impact to our community is quite extraordinary, driven to succeed so that she can help others succeed. When we talk about our life's investment, when we talk about seeking out meaning for our work and what do we do every day, and we go to work and they always ask, what do you do for a living? Live? I don't know. That's always a trick question. I said, well, what do you mean? What I do to earn money so that I can live, or help others? And when we reach for satisfaction and contentment in all we do, women like Chantal, Nanioke, Kai Brown show us that by uplifting others, by using our own skills, our talents, our blessed opportunities to bring success to our communities and our people, we all, every single one of us, thrive in some way. Because she's a member of our county ohana of employees. Matter of fact, I didn't even know she was getting this award until I read the invitation. I said, wait, the name sounds familiar. So of course I had to look it up, right? Then of course the team was saying, she works for us. I was like, oh, sorry. And then I saw where you worked. I said, did she rescue me once? I don't know. That's okay. I like to poke fun of that. I learned that she is a part of our Islands Paddling community as a past member of Malamaula Canoe Club. I myself am part of Ba'a Ohana. On a special certificate of recognition that I'm honored to present tonight on behalf of Mayor Bisson is the Olelo Noeau. He ho'okele wa'a no kala ino. The proverb says, a canoe steers person for a stormy day. Very courageous person. And we use that, and I bring that up Because Va'a people of the canoe of the ocean, know that even though you get into a 6-seat outrigger canoe, the Va'a is the 7th person of our canoe. Treat it well, it brings you back safely. You take care of it. You'll notice that our Va'a in Hawaii all have names. Although you hear sometimes, take the green canoe, not the blue canoe, but they all have names written on the front of the canoes and in the back, because they have an identity. And I say this because the canoe is a vessel. And what Chantal has done is use her vessel of gifts, of talent, of time, of opportunity, of connections, just as you've done for her tonight as well. And use that vessel to bring our young girls home to shore safely, to let them see the horizon and the oceans beyond, and to use that vessel that has a floater and an outrigger canoe. Make sure they get through the rough waves, through the channel, come back, and in that Va'a is a crew. And in that crew is your community, your ohana, and those that came before you, and those that will come after you. So Chantal, if you'll join me up here, I'm going to read this. Oh, did I make you cry? Awesome. Can you tell her applause? In case I cannot write my own speech. I'm just kidding. I'm going to present this and read this beautiful recognition. I did not do this myself, but at the very top there's the Olelo Noyao that I just read. He ho'okele ba'a no ka la ino. A canoe steers person for a stormy day, courageous person. This certificate of recognition presented to Chantal Pamalia Nani Okekai Brown on behalf of the people of the County of Maui. We honor a leader whose love and aloha for our Lahui and Pai'aina o Hawaii has enriched our islands with her skillful expertise and unwavering commitment to community. We are grateful for her resilience, passion, and dedication to excellence that breaks barriers for females in fields typically dominated by men. With a legacy of public service and perseverance, she carves a new and inspiring path for future generations. Presented on this 8th day of March 2024 and signed by Mayor Richard T. Bisson Jr., Mayor of the County of Maui. Mahalo. I think you're going to get to talk later. So I don't need to steal thunder from everybody. Mahalo, everybody, and thank you.
Well, tonight was amazing. It was an opportunity to celebrate one of our own in the recognition that she received for her work as being captain in the county's Ocean Safety Division. And just seeing Hawaii's first captain, Kekai Brown, be awarded and recognized for all of her achievements and her groundbreaking work in her career was enough to bring us here and give her some recognition from the county as well.
Yeah, and you gave such an amazing speech. Thank you for your contribution to this event and for all that you do for the community here on Maui and Maui County. One last question. What piece of advice would you give to the young women of Maui?
Every girl, every young teen girl, and every young woman has so much opportunities available if they would welcome and open those around them, and they, to look to not just their family but their friends and their circle of support, and just the belief that everything they have, it gives them special gifts to offer and bring forward. They are so valuable. When I see some of Maui's young girls around, I just see the potential in them. And if they were just surrounded more, if they just were daring and courageous enough, we would have an entire generation of strong, powerful women coming through our island and our community. And we so need that in our world. We absolutely do.
Yeah, thank you so much, Mahina. It's an honor to have you here with us today.
Thank you, Megan.
Thanks.
Appreciate it.
Composition is no different than that of a star. Your beauty will show even more when you come.